Vale and welcome to Caramello Cooking. Today we're going to be making an Easter treat, seeing as Easter's coming up shortly. We're going to be making caramello egg brownies. Simple, easy, but a lot of fun to make. You start by preheating your oven to 180 degrees Celsius, which is about 355 degrees Fahrenheit. Right? And then you put a pan on. First I'll go through, before we get to the saucepan, I'll go through what we need. You need some cooking chocolate, some margarine or butter, a bit of castor sugar, some plain flour, some eggs, and some caramello filled eggs, Easter eggs. This recipe can be found in my cookbook, Easter Treats and Sweets, which is available on Amazon, so if you're interested in making it, you can find the recipe on there. So to get it started, you preheat an oven, we've already done that. I meant you preheat a saucepan, and you put in your chocolate and your margarine and just let it melt slowly and combine it well. This could take a little while. You don't want to rush it because otherwise you'll burn the chocolate. So it's just a matter of letting it just slowly mix together. Just make sure you stir it constantly because, as I said, the chocolate will stick to the bottom and burn if you're not careful. If you like making brownies and you don't want the caramel eggs in it, the caramello Easter eggs in it, this is a very nice moist recipe that you can make, and you just don't put the Easter eggs in at the end, and you've got yourself a nice brownie slice for morning tea or something like that with visitors coming in. That's starting to melt, but it's still got a little way to go yet. Just make sure that if you've got any chocolate or margarine or butter still on your spoon, you knock that down into the mixture because it all needs to be melted and combined. Scrape the sides down for anything that hasn't combined into there. And as you can see, that is almost ready. It's looking very nice. It's all mixed in very well. Chocolate's melted. You don't need to boil it. You just need to melt it and mix it together. So don't sit there and boil it. That will not work for it. So once it's all melted, you turn the heat off and you add the sugar to it. Give it a good mix and make sure that it's all dissolved. Scraping anything down from the sides. Alright, so once that's all mixed, you then need to leave it sitting for 5 minutes just to cool down slightly so that when you add the eggs, it doesn't start to cook the eggs for you. So you just leave it to the side. I tend to, at this point, pour it into a bowl and let it cool down. It'll cool down a little bit quicker if you pour it into a bowl first. And just scrape it all into a sauce, into the bowl, making sure you get as much as possible out of there. Okay, so we'll just leave that for 5 minutes and then we'll be back and we'll put in the rest of the ingredients and cook it. Okay, so we're back. Our mixture's cooled down slightly. We're ready to finish it off and get it in the oven to cook. So you add and crack in 3 eggs, whole eggs. And 1 cup of plain flour that you just sift as you're putting in. Get a spoon and give that a mix. Making sure you break those eggs up. Bring it all together and you'll notice that it is a very wet mixture. That's the whole idea of brownies. Scrape down the sides, make sure you get all that flour in. So don't be too concerned about the fact that it is a bit wetter than a normal cake mixture. And then you put it into a square cake tin that you've greased and lined, and you just pour it straight in. Use a scraper to get the last bits out. Make sure the top's level because you've got to put the Easter eggs on top of that yet. And then you put in the Easter eggs. And just push them down into the mixture. How many you put in is completely up to you. If you like a lot of eggs, put a lot in. If you only want a few, put a few in. The recipe actually calls for 200 grams. I've actually only used 150 grams because I think 200 grams is just a little bit too much for it. So that's ready to go in the oven. It goes into the oven now at 180 degrees, as I said before, 355 degrees Fahrenheit, for about 20 minutes until the sides have started to cook and a skewer placed in the middle comes out clean. We'll see you when that's ready and it's cooked. Okay, this is the brownie. It's come out of the oven, it's cooled down and it's ready to be sliced. So you just gently remove it from the paper and make sure it's not sticking. And as you can see, you get the caramel has cooked through into the brownie, which is what it's meant to do. So just give my hands a quick wipe. Okay. So your egg melts into the brownie and you get these little indentations where the egg was with a little bit of caramel into each of those little holes. And it's just a simple matter of slicing it up using a nice sharp knife. It is a very rich slice, so you don't need a lot of slice for anybody. I take the edges off of mine just because they do tend to dry a little bit in the oven. And then just placing it on a serving tray. And as you can see, you've got the nice moist centre where the egg was sitting, and you get a little bit of a caramel there. Put another couple of slices on there before I finish it off. It's very moist, very rich. And to finish it off, I just grab a tablespoon or so of cocoa. You only need a little bit. And just gently pat it over the top of the brownie. There you have it. That is Caramello egg brownie. A nice Easter treat. Thanks for watching this video. If you like this recipe and would like more, click on the links below, and you can follow me on Facebook or Twitter on carolvale.com.